Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss CBSE class 9 Maths chapter 7 triangles, and we are going to get into the introduction of the first concept in this chapter. So this first video for this chapter, children. So in this we are going to learn about congruent and similar figures. So what are figures? They are different shapes. Okay, so we have different shapes and we are going to classify them as congruent figures and similar figures. We are able to see different shapes here, and all of these can be classified as either congruent or similar. Okay, so when you look at these three, okay, when you look at these three, you are able to see that they are the same shape. Okay, they are the same shape but different sizes. Okay, the shape is what? Same. The shape alone is the same. Okay, and the size is not same. Size is not the same. Size is increasing or decreasing, you can say like that. Okay, even all these three. Okay, if I'm going to consider all these, you cannot say that they are the same shape or same size. So in that case they will not come under any of these two categories. Okay, if they are the same shape, they can be called as similar figures. Okay, if two figures are of the same shape, even here you look at these two pictures, you can say that they are the same shape. We are going to draw it like, instead of G you draw W, and instead of H X, here Y, and here Z. In that case the diagram will be a little small, but then you can see that it will be of the similar shape. Okay, in that case you call it as similar figures. Even here you can see these two triangles, they look similar. Okay, but what is this congruent? Congruency means when you are going to place the one shape on the other, it will be same in shape and size. Okay, both the shape and the size should be the same. That you can see in these figures, isn't it, children? So look at this. If you place one on the other, you can say that these two figures are going to be congruent. Okay, so in that case you would represent it by two lines and then a curve like this. Okay, so in that case you can say they are congruent. Look at these two triangles, children. You can see the sizes are the same. AB is equal to PQ and AC equal to PR. Likewise BC equal to QR. Even the angles are the same. In that case you can name this triangle as triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Is it clear, children? Remember carefully, when you are writing it, you should write it in such a way that the alphabets are replaced exactly by the same sides. Okay, so if I have AB here, what is AB equal to PQ? So I should have PQ here. I cannot write it like QPR. Okay, if I'm going to write it like QPR, PQ might be equal, but my BC here is equal to QR, but here it is coming as PR. So this cannot be correct. If I'm going to write the same thing like this, then this will be wrong. So you should be careful while you are mentioning the alphabets also. Is it clear, children? So please be very careful in this. Okay, so here again you are able to see different congruent and similar figures. So these two you can say they are going to be congruent. Likewise these two are going to be congruent. So these are also congruent, these are also congruent. So here you can see that this is congruent, this is similar, because you can, the height is going to be little lesser. Okay, so in that case you can say this is similar, whereas these two are going to be congruent because the size and the shape are equal. So even here you have different shapes. So you can try classifying these shapes as congruent shapes, okay, congruent figures and similar figures. Okay, you can do it very clearly, easily. So these two you can say it is going to be similar. You can say that like this. So these two you can say it is going to be congruent. Okay, they look to be congruent. So like this you can classify and try to understand. Is it clear, children? So now let us get into the concept. Our chapter is triangles. Okay, So we are going to learn about the congruency of triangles basically. So here you still have the similar pictures which I have shown. Okay, so you are going to learn majorly about the congruency and the different criteria of congruency. Have you understood what is meant by congruent, children? Yes. So even here you have this. So which triangle? Okay. So if it is going to be similar or congruent, you can very easily say. So if you want to check for similarity, you can say that all these are going to be similar. But when you need to check for the congruency, look at this A, B, C, the sides 4, 4.5 and 5. See where all you have 4, 4.5 and 5. So you have 4, 4.55, 4, 4.55. So this will not work out. So this is entirely wrong. So we have to compare 1 and 2 and we'll check. And 1 and 3 and we'll check. 1 and 4 and we will check. Is it clear, children? See, here you have this A between 4.5 and 4. Okay, 4.5 and 4. See here, where is 4.5 and 4? You have P. So instead of A, you have P. And then what do you have? The next one is between 4.5 and 5. 4.5 and 5 you have Q. Likewise, between 4 and 5. 4 and 5 you have R. So in that case, you are able to say that these two are similar. Correctly, you are going to get it. Okay. But in a similar way, if you are going to compare the next one between 4.5 and 4, okay, so if you try to look at it, you are able to see that you may not get it exactly. Okay, so you should be very careful. Is it clear, children? So you should be very careful of the alphabets also. So here you can check that only these two triangles are congruent, whereas this and this cannot be congruent, and this cannot be also congruent. If you want to do it exactly with your textbook, you can check. Okay, with the textbook you can check. See here, it is upside down. See, P has come down and Q and R has exactly turned to the other side. Okay, that's why we are able to say these are congruent, whereas this does not work out here. Okay, because between 4 and 4.5 you're going to have F, and then you have between 4.5 and 5 you have D. Okay, so in that case you are also able to see that you will not be getting the same thing here when you are going to place it on this. So you will have to place this on this triangle. When you are going to place, only if you are going to get the same figure, only then you can say that they are congruent. Is it clear, children? So this is how you will represent the congruency. So congruency, two lines and a curve like this will show that two triangles are congruent. So in congruent triangles, you will come across this word CPCT very often. Okay, instead of writing the entire thing very big, so if you will write CPCT. What is CPCT? Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. When you consider congruent triangles, the corresponding parts are equal. So what are the corresponding parts here? For AB you have PQ, AC you have PR, and for BC you have QR. Similarly, look at the angles. Angle A is equal to angle P. Okay, you can write it like angle A is equal to angle P. Angle Q is equal to angle R. Likewise, angle B is equal to angle Q, and angle C is equal to angle R. So this is how you are going to do with it. Okay, likewise, your AB is equal to PQ, AC equal to PR, and BC equal to QR. Is it clear, children? Now have you understood what is CPCT? So further, when you are going to do the congruency, so whenever you come across the word CPCT, you should remember that you are going to write that for two congruent triangles and try to understand these concepts clearly, children, because these are all going to be very important for you. Okay, so these are all very important concepts and these are going to be the base for what you are going to learn in your class 10 maths. Is it clear, children? So please go through it very carefully. See you again with the next concept in the upcoming video. Thank you, children.